Hello everyone! In this video, I will be discussing dominance relationships and multiple alleles, still under Chapter 3, Gene Segregation and Interaction. So let's start with dominance relationships. The work of Gregor Mendel actually demonstrated complete dominance relationship between two different alleles for each gene pair. However, as more and more experiments were conducted, some phenotypes and ratios could not be explained on the basis of complete dominance. Ibig sabihin, there were experiments which had results that did not follow Mendel's 3:1 ratio. So there were experiments which did not follow the laws of Mendel, in short. Okay? These exceptions or variations from the laws of Mendel did not in any way disprove his principles, but rather they extended and developed them. Number 1 is the lack of dominance, meaning to say dominance is absent, or there is also incomplete dominance. When dominance is absent, neither of the alleles of a gene pair is dominant or recessive, nor recessive rather. So walang dominant na allele, walang recessive. For this type, the progeny or the F1 does not resemble any of its purebred parents. So the F1s are intermediate between the two purebreds. So ibig sabihin, say for example, we have a purebred red and a purebred white. If you cross these two, you produce a heterozygote individual. But take note that the phenotype is different from either of the parents. So the intermediate phenotype is observed, and that is pink. Now the ratio, if you self this individual, you produce this F2 with a ratio 1:2:1. The phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio are the same because each genotype has a distinct phenotype. So that means for every genotype, we have a particular phenotype. That is why the phenotype, the ratio of the phenotype and the ratio of the genotype, they are the same. So 1 red, 2 pink, and 1 white. Okay? So I hope that is clear. So an example of this, if you cross a red flower with a white flower, you produce these individuals. All of them are pink. So the ratio in the F1 is 1 heterozygote individual, or all, capital R, small letter r. So that is the ratio in the F1. So I hope that is clear. And this can be observed in the 4 o'clock plant, which is scientifically known as Mirabilis jalapa. Okay? And then we also have overdominance. In the case of overdominance, the heterozygote exceeds the phenotypic measurements of the homozygous parents. Kanina, in the incomplete dominance or no dominance, the heterozygote is intermediate. So the phenotype is just in between the two parents. But this time, in overdominance, mas mataas na yung, mas superior na yung phenotypic units for the heterozygote as compared to the purebred parents. So say for example, these are the purebred parents, this one, and this is the progeny. It's very obvious that it exceeds the phenotypic measurements of the homozygote parents. So this can be observed in Drosophila, wherein the heterozygote individual have higher amounts of fluorescent pigments than those of the purebred white and purebred wild type homozygotes. Okay? So if you cross these two homozygotes, sabi dito, you produce a heterozygote individual, the amount of fluorescent pigments is higher than either of the two parents. Okay? Than the two parents. So I hope that is clear. That's for overdominance. See, sa no dominance kanina, the phenotypic measurement or the phenotype is in between or intermediate. Sa overdominance, the heterozygote is superior than the two homozygous parents. And then we have codominance. So codominance is when heterozygote individual shows the traits associated with both homozygote genotypes. So this means that when each allele of a gene is associated with a specific substance, codominance will occur when both substances appear together in the heterozygote. So often you see codominance in molecular traits, and the most common type of which is associated with MN blood types in man. So example, if the blood type or if the agglutinin M is present, then the genotype is automatic homozygous M. But if the M is absent and N is present, automatic the genotype is homozygous N. But when the two substances are present, or when the two agglutinin are present, we have a genotype heterozygous. So the M and N are both present, producing the heterozygote genotype, MN genotype. So kung M lang ang present, we have MM. Kung N lang yung present, we have NN. And then MN, kapag present yung dalawa, we have MN. That is what codominance means. Ibig sabihin, dominant silang dalawa. That is why these two are observed in the genotype. Now, it is generally assumed that a gene pair has only two alleles, gaya ng mga examples natin in the previous videos, previous slides. This time, we have multiple alleles. And this condition is due to the presence of isoalleles. And these isoalleles are the alleles acting within the same phenotypic range. So, in the previous videos or in the previous slides, dalawang alleles lang because of the presence of homologous pairs of chromosomes in the diploid organism. And each one contains one allele of the gene pair. So, each chromosome contains one allele of the gene pair. However, there are many reported cases where more than two alleles exist in a gene and are defined as a system of multiple alleles. So in the multiple allelic systems, the alleles act within the same phenotypic range of an abnormal character, mutant isoalleles, and some within the phenotypic range of a wild-type normal isoalleles. So a multiple allelic system may therefore be quite complex, including various subsidiary isoallelic systems, because there are actually multiple alleles that determine blood type, unlike in the case of the usual two alleles governing the expression of the phenotype. So, ang dami kong sinabi. But, the only thing important for this topic is that sa multiple alleles, maraming alleles ang nagdedetermine sa isang phenotype. So, there are a lot of alleles, so more than two. There are more than two alleles acting within the same phenotypic range. Say, for example, for blood type, if your blood type is A, then your genotype could be homozygous dominant A or this heterozygote genotype, AA or AO. If your blood type is B, you have two possible genotypes, capital letter B, so BB or BO. For AB, iisa lang because these two are codominant. Okay? Ibig sabihin, A is dominant, B is dominant. Okay? This is blood type A because O is recessive. Kaya dalawa yung possible genotypes. But for this case, because of codominance, we have only one genotype for blood type AB. And then also for blood type O, because this is recessive, and in order for a recessive phenotype to be expressed, the genotype should be homozygous recessive. Okay? So, bakit siya natawag na multiple alleles? Because you have more than two alleles. So, we have 1, 2, and 3. The 3 alleles are A, B, and O. Okay? So, I hope that is clear. Ganun lang siya sa multiple alleles. So, kapag ang blood type mo ay A, ito yung genotype, and so on and so forth. So, this can be the way how to write genotypes. These are also accepted. No? So, there are those experts which write genotypes like this, and there are also those that write genotypes this way. By the way, this is the genotype, and then this is the phenotype. So, yung phenotype, yun na yung blood type. Okay? So, these are also other blood group systems aside from the ones I mentioned in the previous slide. So, we have here ABO, MNs, and so on and so forth. So, that's all for dominance relationships and multiple alleles. I hope you learned something. Thank you for listening.